Hello everyone and welcome to the Skyrim Let's Play series, episode 17. At the end of last episode, man oh man was that an episode, right? We went through the entire thing just in agony, or at least I did. I'm sure you guys were having a much better time than I was. Basically, we went through it, right? And there was just an inconvenience at every single turn. There was one, at the beginning when we couldn't kill the dragon. Then there was one when the game broke with Esbern, and then there was another one with another dragon that wouldn't land. It was overall just an experience, right? And if I'm right, yeah, there's another dragon. There's always another dragon outside of Golden Hill Plantations, I find. So, what's today? What's happening? All of that. Well, today is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. Oh my god, there's two dragons. This is awful. Whose bright idea was it to make Golden Hill Plantations right here? Oh my god. Okay. So today's episode, I don't have as much time to record today because I have somewhere to leave at about 10 o'clock, which means I need to record this, have it edited, and then start uploading it by probably 8:39. So you get the gist. Basically, I need to have this out. And if these dragons would please land, I hope we're not in another situation like yesterday. Now, sorry, I keep getting distracted because there is two dragons circling me. After I record, I plan on going to the third of the world with the Greybeards today, and just kind of going from there. This episode will probably be about 20 minutes, give or take. Where the heck is everything? Okay, there's one dragon up there. There's a second dragon. Okay, see, this just sucks because they are not landing. Okay, over here. Okay, he's fighting me. Okay. I'm just gonna cut to once one of them lands, I guess. Okay, there's one. Okay, please tell me I have some healing. Okay, I have a little bit of healing. Okay, there's one. Let me go back to harvesting my plants. Listen, Lydia, now is no time to get complacent. There's another one over the hills and through the woods. Alright? Oh my god, it is actively really annoying to harvest these imp stools and canis roots. Because if I look at, if I look at it at that angle, instead of harvesting it, I'll activate the planter, which is not what I want to do. Also, did this dragon land on some of my plants? I think this dragon might have landed on some of my plants. Oh, I think the other one left. Okay. We're good, I think. Alright, let's see. How many do I have of each? 52 and 48. Okay, so he's on one of them. The question is where? Or maybe I just miscounted and I accidentally planted the wrong number of imp stool. Either way, whatever. Alright, let's go make a final batch of potions now that that's out of the way. That took 5 minutes, which is not what I was expecting. Once I cut it, it's going to take less. Also, the lighting in this place is glitched for some reason. I don't know why. But whatever. Let's do this. And just make a ton of potions. Okay, there you go. You can see I am now alchemy level 33. So you can see that this is a pretty good way to get up alchemy. I haven't leveled up yet. That sucks. It's going to be a decent way to level later on too. Like I can choose to legendary alchemy a few times, and then go from there, which is really nice. I do appreciate it. All right, let's go to the Guardian Stones to switch back to the Warriors. Actually, no, I don't need to do that today. Let's go up to High Hrothgar and talk to Arngir. And be directed in the direction of Paarthurnax. Now, as I said, I am not doing the Elder Scroll today because I have things to do. And also, that episode is probably going to have to be split into 2 episodes because, let's be honest, I don't know if you guys have thought about this, but getting through all of Alfdand and then proceeding to get through all of Blackreach is probably not going to be a very short experience. I imagine it's going to be like 2 20-minute to 2 30-minute videos.
Sky, guard you.
I need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin.
Where did you learn of that? Who have you been talking to?
It was recorded on Alduin's wall.
The Blades, of course. They specialize in meddling in matters they barely understand. Their reckless arrogance knows no bounds. They have always sought to turn the Dragonborn from the path of wisdom. Have you learned nothing from us? Would you simply be a tool in the hands of the Blades to be used for their own purposes?
The Blades are helping me. I am definitely not their puppet.
No, of course not. Forgive me, Dragonborn. I have been intemperate with you. But heed my warning. The Blades may say they serve the Dragonborn, but they do not. They never have.
So can you teach me this shout?
No, I cannot teach it to you, because I do not know it. It is called Dragonrend, but its words of power are unknown to us. We do not regret this loss. Dragonrend holds no place within the way of the voice.
If the shout is lost, how can I defeat Alduin?
Only Paarthurnax, the master of our order, can answer that question, if he so chooses.
Who is Paarthurnax?
He is our leader. He surpasses us all in his mastery of the way of the voice.
I need to speak to Paarthurnax then.
You weren't ready. You still aren't ready. But, thanks to the Blades, you now have questions that only Paarthurnax can answer.
Alright, why haven't I met Paarthurnax yet exactly?
He lives in seclusion on the very peak of the mountain. He speaks to us only rarely, and never to outsiders. Being allowed to see him is a great privilege.
How do I get to the top of the mountain and see him then?
Only those whose voice is strong can find the path. We will teach you a shout to open the way to Paarthurnax.
Alright. Well, we need to go to Paarthurnax now. So, I do quite like this part of the quest just because I like Paarthurnax. But you can see there, it's kind of like supposed to be nudging you in the direction that the Blades and the Greybeards are both incredibly flawed in many ways. I think the thing is, though, is that they do such a good job of making you dislike the Blades, at least in my opinion, that the Greybeards, by extension, seem better, which I don't think is actively true. Like, I think the Greybeards are exactly what can be wrong with this kind of thing. Like, you know, it's kind of like a cult type beat that you never want to really be part of. Like, obviously, right? Like, they seem like good people, but they seem very set in their ways. Like, the idea that they wouldn't accept a shout just because it was created by humans to go against dragons seems kind of like almost arrogant in a few ways, right?
This is your final gift from us, Dragonborn.
All right.
Use it well.
Thank you, Arngir. I do appreciate that.
Clear skies will blow away the mist, but only for a time. The path to Paarthurnax is perilous. Not to
And here we go. This is an intimidating looking place, right? All right. Boom, here we go. This part of the game's always been quite fun in my opinion. I really like this. A, because I really like the throw to the world, and B, because it's really cool that you like clear your own path here. I don't know if you guys were like me. In fact, you probably weren't. But I remember back when I was a kid. Ow. Back when I was a kid, I actually, when I first got to High Hrothgar, tried to run up this way to see what was up here, and then died like 30 times, and somehow my game like auto-saved when I was like already entered, and then I kept dying, and it was just very unfortunate. And I think I had to reload a previous autosave. I still don't actually know how it saved in retrospect, because that very much shouldn't save, considering it was on Xbox and there's no quick saving, so I couldn't have accidentally quick saved. I just have no idea. Okay, oh, there's enemies nearby. I was gonna wait a little bit. Alright, let me see. Can you get over here? Okay, now I can wait. Let's wait like 13 hours. There we go. Man, this is so beautiful. Skyrim's always so beautiful. I've probably said this a million times, and I'll say it a million more, and especially throughout this series, I'm going to say it a few times. I just love this game so much, like, in terms of looks and just everything. It's insane to me that this was released in 2011, right? Like, if you compare it to other games, okay, I mean, that looks a bit weird, but that's okay. Not everything needs to look perfect. If you compare it to other games released in 2011, like, this is a really good-looking game, to be completely honest. It's like, it's actually kind of a shame, though, because I think if it had, like, one more year of development, this game would look even better, especially if this wasn't Bethesda and they didn't, you know, cut a few corners. Like, certain stuff definitely should look better and could look better, but, you know, it looks really good for being a 2011 game, in my opinion. I think it's especially funny because in comparison to other Bethesda games released at the time, it looks really good. And obviously, that is definitely not their fault. In case you're curious to who I'm talking about Obsidian with Fallout New Vegas. Definitely, this is the most dramatic of changes from that. But that's not really Obsidian's fault, because they were given Fallout 3's engine to run Fallout New Vegas, which is like 2008, 2007. So basically they were given 2007 to work with in 2010. Ow. Accidentally stepped a little bit too close there. Alright. So what I was actually thinking of doing, potentially, I don't know if I'll do it before we see, uh-oh. It's a dragon. I don't know whether I'll do it before we get to Blackreach or not, but I do want to up my smithing to 80 and improve Dawnbreaker.
Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax.
Hi, Party Snacks.
Who are you? What brings you to my Strunmach, my mountain?
I wasn't expecting you to be a dragon, to be completely
I am
honest.
as my father Akatosh made me, as are you, Dovahkiin.
That's true. That's true.
Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation?
I need to learn the Dragon Rend shout. Can you teach me?
Drem. Patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the Elder speaks first. Hear my Thum. Feel it in your bones. Match it if you are Dovahkiin.
Okay, so this...
I have spoken. The
Alright.
Rosmulag
So if we do
waits.
this... And then...
Dovahkiin, you'll understand fire as the Dove do. Now,
Yeah, there you go. That should have worked. Fire breath? Yep, now I know all 3 words.
show me what you can do. Not as mortal. Ah, yes.
Okay, you're a little bit too into that.
The dragon blood runs strong in you.
But there you can see, I talked about this in one of the past episodes, but this is kind of like a little glitch kind of thing you can do to unlock, specifically, all 3 words of Whirlwind Sprint and all 3 words of Fire Breath. Actually, you can't get all 3 words of Whirlwind Sprint. You can only get 2 of them, unless you unlock one first.
You have made your way here to me. No easy task for a jaw, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos,
Dovahsos.
dragon blood. What would you ask of me?
Can you teach me the Dragon Rend shout?
I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against Alduin.
The Greybeards didn't want me to come at all.
Yes, they are very protective of me, Bahlan Fadon. But I do not know the Thum you seek, Croesus. It cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrime, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts.
How can I learn it then?
Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum?
I like this world, and I don't particularly want it to end.
Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa? Lean Vokeen? Would you stop the next world from being born?
Next world will have to take care of itself.
Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los Trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here at the
And this
peak of
is
the
my favorite
Monarchy,
dialogue option
what
in the
you
entire
name
game.
Throat of the world?
No? Dragons like mountains, right?
True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated.
Using the Dragon Rend shout, right?
Yes and no. Viknus Nikaron, Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the Dragonrend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Ok Mulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time.
Are you saying the ancient Nords sent Alduin forward in time?
Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day, he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when.
How does any of this help me?
Tid Krent. Time was shattered here because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
Alright, well, I'm not going to ask him that, because I can find the Elder Scroll myself. But that was a long-winded dialogue. Let's be honest, I love Parthenax just as much as anyone else does, but ooh, that dragon can talk. And he can talk a lot. Yeah, so now we need to find an Elder Scroll. First, I'm going to climb to the top of the third of the world, though, because there's a few reasons, really. First off, there's a unique pickaxe up here called the Notched Pickaxe, and I kind of want it. On top of that, I believe there's also some ebony ore up here, which is good. Marcus, are you okay? Alright, here's the Notched Pickaxe. Boom. I don't think it's particularly interesting. Well, it raises the wielder's smithing abilities. Alright, so let's get this ebony ore. And let's talk about it. Alright, so I don't think... Okay. Can I not? Okay, I'm starting to think that I can't actually use that method to hit this one. Alright, so let's talk a little bit. Next episode, I don't actually think that I'm going to be going to Septimus, Alftand, and then Blackreach, right? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend next episode raising my smithing levels a little bit, and also potentially my alchemy levels, because I do think that I should spend a little bit of time to get healing potions. Now, what I hope to accomplish here is I hope to get ebony to upgrade my armor, and then I also hope that, you know, I can get health potions, as I said. It would just overall be a good thing. Is there only... Okay, there's two veins of ebony. There's actually a mine that has a significant amount of ebony at it that I will probably end up going to later, so that I can get another ebony sword and potentially some ebony armor, because I could use some ebony armor, definitely. You get the point. Now, the only problem is that raising my smithing levels is going to be a bit annoying to do, because I have to get like a solid how many do I have to get? I have to get about 20, which is especially hard at this point, but I will try my absolute best. But there we go. This seems as good of a place as any to leave it. Let's go back to Golden Hill Plantations, because this is probably where I'll start next episode. And I really hope there's not a dragon here, but knowing this game, there's probably going to be a dragon here. Where are you? Sick bastard. Okay. It looks like there's not actually a dragon here. Alright, so with that in mind, that's the end of this episode. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, hit the sub button. Otherwise, that's it. Thank you all for watching. I will see you in the next video. Adios.